What up, y'all? Troll Lecture, catch you by the ENT, and we're back with another review. And today it's going to be on Mr. Serv-on's Life Insurance album. It came out in August of '97, and by most No Limit loyalists, it's considered a classic album. Complex Magazine has it ranked as number 17 on the 25 greatest No Limit albums of all time. It's certified gold. It's safe to say a lot of people really enjoyed this album. I'm not a lot of people. When people discuss the worst artists, like the worst rappers of all time and the worst rappers on No Limit, Silk the Shocker gets the brunt of that attack, and unjustly so. It's actually Mr. Serv-on. Mr. Serv-on is probably the worst rapper to ever release an album under No Limit. He simply couldn't rap. And what's crazy about it is Serv checks off all the boxes you want for a good rapper, except the most important box, actually being able to rap. Now, is this album a complete dumpster fire? No. It actually has some standout tracks, and for all the Serv's shortcomings as a rapper, and trust me, there are plenty, he actually has some redeeming qualities, and those redeeming qualities shined very, very brightly on this record. Now, let's get into his redeeming qualities. Serv has a great ear for music. Some of the best beats you are going to hear from Beats by the Pound are on this album. Serv did an excellent job of picking the beats that matched his style. I'm pretty sure Serv is aware that he wasn't a great rapper, so those beats kind of played to his strengths. Serv actually has a decent flow for strength number 2. His flow is actually pretty good, and he wrote these beats exceptionally well. So even if you kind of was just like, for me, I nitpick. So I have to hear what you're saying. I got to make sure what you're saying, flows. And Serv wrote the beat very well. So to the average ear, you would think, okay, this is actually pretty decent. But for me, who listens and critiques very, very closely, it just didn't cut it for me. The features were good. And there are some standout tracks on the record, such as P Dreams, Head and Shoulders, and My Best Friend being my favorite tracks, and also being some of Beats by the Pound's best beats. Like I said, it's nothing personal against Mr. Serv-on himself. I actually like the guy. I think his interviews with Behind Neutral Grounds are actually very informative, and I advise you guys to go check it out. And I'll probably drop the links in the description for you guys to go check out those interviews. They're very informative. Gives a lot of insight to No Limits, like how they were able to maintain their success through that window and how it was able to be such a massive success. I think Serv dives very deeply into that. Very interesting stuff. But this album just didn't do it for me. Like, I didn't see the hype. I didn't understand how people could just put this so highly up there as one of the greatest No Limit projects of all time, because it just simply wasn't. And it's due to the fact that Serv was, like I said, just wasn't a great rapper. Had he had better lyricism, this album could have been a lot more than what it ended up being. And so for me, I'm gonna have to give this album on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna give it a 5. 3 points come from production by itself, and the other 2 is Serv and those 3 tracks that I mentioned earlier, because those are probably the only 3 tracks that I can honestly listen to back to back. The album doesn't have a lot of replay value to me. It's been 25 years, and yeah, it isn't really highly talked about for a reason. Outside of the No Limit loyalists, which I like to consider myself as one, it just left a lot to be desired, man. If Serv would have took more pride in the lyricism, or maybe just have somebody kind of go over it, maybe have somebody write for him, this album could have been huge. Because like I said, Serv had the look, his ad-libs, his energy, all that stuff is great. But when it comes down to it, you have to have the lyrics to back the beats. And Beats by the Pound carried this record. It carried the album. And like I said, man, I like Serv. It's not personal. If you ever see this, Serv, trust me, I'm appreciative of your contributions. It's not personal, but it's just as a fan, as somebody who critiques the music, I felt like it left a lot to be desired. But by all means, man, y'all go check out Mr. Serv-on's life insurance policy. Tell me what y'all think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's just me. But I just wasn't feeling the album. But go check out that Mr. Serv-on's life insurance. It's on all major streaming platforms. Troll Lecture, catch it by the ENT. Signing out.